Rose Thrill. That was exactly why it's coined what it is. That was electric, and we cannot thank Coach Cole, as we call our AD, and the administration for pumping as much social media and trying to do everything we could to make sure that the rest of the country got to see what Fordham, the most historic arena on campus arena in the country, could be like when you fill the place. And they showed up, they showed out, and to the Rose Thrill and the Shirtless Herd, thank you so much. You created so much energy that these guys stepped up. And then I'd like to give credit to Duquesne. They're playing at a very high level. They have tremendous talent. Coach Dan Brown's done a great job. They came in really, really hot. And I'm just really proud of our energy, our effort, these guys' leadership the last couple of days. And, you wouldn't know whether or not we won 4 in a row or lost 4 in a row if you came to our practice, if you came to our shoot around. And that's because of these guys, their energy, their attention to detail has been as good as it has all season this last couple of days. And that was as close to 40 minutes of Fordham basketball as we played maybe any time over the course of the last 3 years, certainly this year. But we're going to need to continue to do that moving forward. So thank you for everybody coming out, and we'll leave it at that.
Kyle, you played more games for Fordham than any other player. You led the team scoring tonight. Could you talk about what it's like hearing the crowd chant your name, as boxing one?
Yeah, thank you for having me tonight. But it was pretty amazing, really, to see the atmosphere tonight and Rose Thrill. It was great to have everybody come back and support us and really show out tonight on the Friday night like this. It was pretty major that we needed them, and they did their big one. So I feel like we fed off the energy, and we also came out and executed. There wasn't really nothing about my individual play. I feel like everybody came out and executed the best we could.
This is for Kyle or Antrell. How important or how great is it to have a member of the Fordham family that can support you guys as far as like the current men's basketball program?
I'm always thankful for Chuba because he was here when I was here, and he kind of taught me the ropes of what it's like being a Fordham player, and not only a Fordham player, but like a man here at Fordham, how to engage with the community and talk with the fans and play my heart out. So I really applaud him, and I'm really thankful that he's here today, and he even showed up to last practice, and I was even able to get up some shots with him. So just to have that presence of him. Because Chuba, he's pretty funny and he's a goofy guy. So just to have him around after a long season like this, it's pretty good to have.
Like to piggyback off what Rose said, like just his energy, like he's goofy. He always bring good energy, he's never down. So just he was here only 1 year with me, but we pretty close. Like I consider him like my big brother. We was here, so he was like our mentor here while we was here. So it's just good to have him back. Just have the energy back around after not having a year like Rose said we supposed to be having. So just to have him that energy back.
Antrell, it seems like foul trouble has kind of been a problem for you guys in a couple of games this year, but in the second half, you guys were able to get into the bonus with a lot of time left, forced Duquesne into some foul troubles. Could you talk about how you guys adjusted from the physical tone of this game and how you kind of took your advantage of it?
Yes, we wanted to come out very aggressive this game and speed them up. So playing aggressive, sometimes it comes with having dumb fouls that we shouldn't have. So just try to clean up the dumb ones, like the cheap fouls that 94 away from the goal. Try to clean up those fouls, but still maintaining our aggressiveness, not backing off of them. And if you do it from the jump, the referees, they'll kind of give you a little leeway in the second half once you set the tone like that. So that's just what we try to do, just quick adjustments, like no dumb fouls, things like that.
It took you guys like 8 minutes to score more points in the second half than in the first half. Did anything change at halftime? Did you notice where there were spots to attack them, or just the shots going in after halftime that weren't in the first half?
I mean, a lot of times there's shots going in, right? But these guys made some big-time plays, and, we started slipping a few more screens, keeping the ball in the middle of the floor. They were icing or downing ball screens on the wings, so we tried to keep the ball screens and the dribble handoffs on the wings more between the slots so they couldn't really affect and keep us on one side of the floor. These guys did a great job possessing the ball for the most part until the last few minutes. That was one of the main reasons. We had 10 turnovers in the first half. In the first, 15 minutes of the second, I think we only had 3 or 4 at that 8-minute timeout. And that was really the big difference. We were getting shots, and we were really physical on the offensive end just as much as we were on the defensive end.
Ferguson's coach.
Yes, sir.
How, I believe it was like at the, I forget exactly what point in the game, but I know it was 37 all. How important was it from a team standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, obviously to get the crowd into it and the energy, we feed off of that. And we've talked all year long. We try not to let making or missing shots dictate our effort. But when you have a bunch of young guys playing like we do, that tends to happen. That's human nature. But when you're playing at home in front of an environment like that, and you make a couple of huge plays and the crowd's going nuts, that doesn't only affect our own players. It affects them, speeds them up. It affects the referees get into the emotion of the game. So obviously those were big for us. And just to take the lead again, come out and just punch them in the mouth in that first 4 minutes. We talked about that at halftime. Which was big. And, the other night against Davidson, we did that in the first 4 minute timeout, but it was really the 16 to the 12 where we lost our edge. And these guys, that's really the big, there was a couple stoppages, which allowed us not to make as many substitutions at that 16-minute second half timeout. So these guys actually played about 7 or 8, another 3 or 4 minutes than they typically would, which was huge for us.
Coach Abdu also had a big night tonight.
Yeah.
6 blocks. Overall, how important or how comfortable does it make this team to play, and just yourself as a coach, when your upperclassmen, your leadership are kind of leading the way in a lot of it?
There's nothing like it, right? These guys have earned the right to be in the position they are. Unfortunately for Chuba, 2 years ago when we first started here and he was playing with these two, there wasn't crowds like that. He helped pave the way. And then last year, the energy we created, right? So these guys have earned the right to experience these things. And so have Fordham fan bases. But having Abdu, when he's playing like that, we can be so much more aggressive because he's fully engaged and he cleans so many mistakes up, right? In previous games, when he got in foul trouble, we didn't have that rim protection. The defenses we like to play are very aggressive, and without a rim protector, they're hard to do. So tonight you got to see the full force of what we are capable of on the defensive end when he is engaged like that.
And Jameer got his first start of the season, first start of his career tonight. Yeah. How did the physical nature of this game kind of prove that him starting tonight was going to be better?
Yeah, there is no proving anything to anybody but ourselves, right? Jameer, the 5 guys that started for not just because we decided that was what was best for the team, but we looked at the statistics that we take pride in. All of the what we call attitude plays, nothing to do with points. It's the dives, the charges, the rebounds, the paint touches, all of the little things that help a team win. The 5 guys that started were leading our team over the course of the last couple of weeks. That's how we made that decision. And Jameer picked up right where he's been leaving off, right? So he's a physical body. He takes up some space in the paint, and he does a great job taking care, making others around him better. But his physical nature on the defensive end is really why he started. We started a defensive lineup. It had nothing to do with offense.
Coach, speaking of the defensive lineup, Ramadi plus 23 in 19 minutes.
Yeah.
Where is he now from where he was a month or two ago?
You know what? Quite honestly, he's playing really the same way. The reason why he started for the last month is because his energy and his motor have actually been the most consistent with Kyle Rose for the last several months. And he's earned the right? So it's nothing different. He's just playing so much harder, and he's getting more and more comfortable in his role. And you're starting to see him kind of slow down. The speed of the game is slowing down on the offensive end. But when he goes to the offensive glass, he goes with reckless abandon. And that's what we need. That's the energy that he kind of brings. He's got that old school game that's really lifted us in a lot of areas. So that's not a surprise to us. And I think the more he plays like any other young guy, as long as he continues to play with that same energy and motor, everything else is just going to continue to evolve.
Anything else? Anything for the young journalists in the back?
Yeah. He was an assistant coach the other day. So